Hello YouTube, this is Necrostevo and you're watching my 58th narrated Wi-Fi battle. This video is 58th. Last video I said 58, but it wasn't, so I lied to you. I'm sorry everyone, I'm sorry. This is actually the 58th one. This is a match I had against Pokebeav. So be sure to go check out his channel, as he uploads some interesting videos, and he also narrates them. So, let's get this battle started. I believe that this was a UU match, so definitely interesting. I'm playing a lot of UU because I'm gonna go ahead and say that is my favorite tier. Uh, but I don't know. I like a lot of stuff in RU too. But anyways, he starts off with Sableye. I was expecting the Will-O-Wisp, and even if he didn't go for it, I knew I didn't really want to take anything that he had to go for. So better to just swap out into Chandelure. He goes for Confuse Ray, which is good because that's going to mess up whatever it hits pretty much, unless it hits something with Own Tempo, which there aren't that many things that have that. He taunts, probably just trying to stop me from Calm Minding or subbing. Either one of those. This is actually, I'm running specs on it in this battle as well. So Catan just gets to go for the Spec Shadow Ball, which is going to destroy Sableye. Unless it has max special defense, there was really no way I was going to live that. So I'm able to get an early 6-5 lead. He goes out into Escavalier, and I switch out, but he goes for Pursuit, which I did not see coming, because I think that's the first time I've seen it on there. I know that they can run that, but first time that I've seen that, so very inventive, and now we're tied up, because I could have stayed in and Shadow Ball him, because I didn't think he had anything to hit me with anyway, and Spec Shadow Ball would still hurt Escavalier, but I don't know, I just swapped out of there. So now, knowing that he's Life Orbed, I figure I could set up my Stealth Rocks and tank him out a little bit with my Donphan, who has a good mix of HP and defense and attack EVs. He just sets up the Swords Dance so that he can really hit me really hard in one blow. Knowing that I have Sturdy, I just decided to stay in and Earthquake him so I can get some damage on him and then outspeed him and kill him if I need to on the next turn. And I know Donphan is generally faster than Escavalier. He goes for +2 Stab Iron Head with Life Orb. That's actually going to hurt a really good chunk of damage. I know I don't have that much defense investment, but I have a lot. So that did a ton of damage. So good job, Escavalier. Really earning your way there, I guess, on this team. I don't know. You've done a lot of work so far on this team. Anyways, I just knock him out with the Earthquake. Hopefully, I can hit something else with the priority Ice Shard. Otherwise, this Donphan has kind of served his purpose. Did pretty well. He brings out a Melodic, and I thought, maybe I can actually save this Donphan, because no sense in letting it get knocked out, because didn't really need to. So I go out into Hefty just to see what he was going to go for. And I think he just goes straight for the Scald, which is fine by me, because this is a specially defensive Garbodor. So I know that I'm going to take that very nicely, and I hoped that I wouldn't get burned, and I didn't, so that's nice. Sometimes hoping actually works. But I am a garbage bag, so I don't know how much a garbage bag actually can hope for. I didn't know that he had a Roselia on his team from the team preview, so it was pointless to set up Toxic Spikes at this point. And he just goes for Dragon Tail. So I got up a free layer of Spikes. He Dragon Tails me out. It doesn't do that much. I don't think he has up any entry hazards, so it's not too bad of a deal. I was hoping he would put me out into something that wouldn't mind being burned if he went for Scald, but he puts me out into Braviary. I'm sorry, phases me out into Braviary. So I didn't really want to risk being burned, so I just go for a U-turn. He's actually a very defensive Melodic, and that doesn't do that much, nor will special attacks do that much, so very bulky Melodic, which is also probably why that Scald did not do that much to Hefty as well. He goes for another Scald, again probably fishing for the burn, because Braviary wouldn't take much from the Scald in general. He gets a crit on that one, which really sucks because that means no more entry hazards for me. Otherwise, I would have been able to take 3 more Scalds, now I can only take 1 more. So I just go for Explosion on this turn, hoping to severely dent this thing, at least into the range where something else can come in and kill it. Because it was kind of annoying me at this point, but it was working out really great for him. And again, exploding Garbodor chunks are great to just throw all over someone, but I was really disappointed by that Scald damage. Good thing he didn't go for Recover randomly, otherwise I would have really wasted my Explosion. But now that he is at that range, I was really hoping that Braviary's Brave Bird would be enough to kill it. I didn't want to go for Thrash, as he had a few things that I knew wouldn't mind taking Thrash and could kind of just set up on it. But fortunately, I am able to knock it out with the Brave Bird, which is very nice. take a little bit of recoil damage, not a big deal. And now that I'm locked into Brave Bird, I'm okay with kind of throwing that around his team a little bit. He goes on into Chandelure. I figured that he was Scarf since he brought it in here. And since I am Scarfed Adamant, I figured he might be Choice Scarf Timid, so I didn't really want to stay in there and take Fire Attack to the face. So I go on into Donphan to just to see what he locks himself into, and he goes for the Fire Attack, so now that's okay. I can go out into something that will take that a little bit better, or at least force him out, like my own Chandelure. Unfortunately, that's dead. But I do get to go into my own Sharpedo. I protect just in case he decided to stay in it and go for another Fire Blast, because I figured I could hit whatever he wanted to bring in, but I kind of forgot he had Roselia at that point. And I do have Ice Beam on Sharpedo, but I wasn't sure that it would knock out Eviolite Roselia. They have pretty good special defense. And of course, me having mixed offensive stats, it's not going to be too effective against any one wall. It's really good for cleaning up, but not so good for just inflicting damage. So he goes for Giga Drain on my Machamp. That does a ton of damage. So I'm thinking he's actually maybe more offensive, because this Machamp has max HP. So that does a lot of damage, and he heals a lot of damage as well. I went for Stone Edge here, thinking that he might try to swap in Chandelure on the expected Dynamic Punch, because I don't know about other players, but I do like to throw around Dynamic Punch knowing that it'll confuse them. I'm hoping to live one more Giga Drain and then confuse him, then maybe fire off a couple of Bullet Punches. That's what I was hoping to go for right about here. Gets off another Giga Drain and heals back another huge chunk of HP, which also he's healing so much HP back because he has low HP, I'm imagining. Dynamic Punch puts him back at about where he was before he Giga Drained, and he gets confused. So now I'm just going to start throwing Bullet Punches his way until hoping that he hits himself with confusion. I get a critical hit on this Bullet Punch, which is really, really nice. Pays him back for that crit that he got on my Garbodor earlier in the match. And then just to add injury to injury, he hits himself in confusion. So I get the Bullet Punch and kill him. I don't feel too bad about that because he got a crit on my Garbodor earlier. So I think we're about even on the crits on our Pokemon going on. He brings back out Chandelure. I didn't really have anything that I wanted to switch into it. And after the Stealth Rocks and Spikes damage, I just wanted to get a little bit more damage on him. So I just stand and go for a Bullet Punch, making sure that he locks himself into the appropriate fire move. But he goes for Energy Ball, which is a good play, because that would hit my Sharpedo as well, should I swap out into that randomly. Of course, now that I know he's locked into Energy Ball, he can't really swap out because the Stealth Rocks and other entry hazards will kill him. I know now I do find out that he is timid because he outspeeds Braviary, who is adamant. And I just get to go straight for U-turn. I was actually, for some reason, hoping that this would kill him. But since he resisted so heavily, it doesn't actually kill him. But that's fine. I get to go out into Sharpedo and kill him while I get the boost. So, of course, he still can't switch out. So this is working out really, really nicely here. So, of course, I protect to get the speed boost. And he Energy Balls. Not too much to say there. I don't know why I just told you exactly what was going on. A little bit pointless right there. But now that I have that boost, I can kind of do a little bit of cleanup sweeping on this team. So the Waterfall is going to take out the Chandelure, which is nice. A little bit of Life Orb damage, not too big of a deal. And what is his last? No, he still has 2 things left, I believe, on his team. But I'm faster than anything that he's going to bring in now. So that is really, really nice. Brings out his Electivire, and I really thought I was going to be able to kill this with the Waterfall after all that entry hazards damage. But of course, Electivire does have decent special defense, but his defensive stat isn't that good, so I'm not really sure how I missed out on that KO. But he barely lives, and then he gets to just charge at me and take us both down with a Wild Charge, which is kind of hilarious in my mind because I picture Electivire running balls out towards the water where Sharpedo is, and Sharpedo trying to get away but not really, and then them both just crashing. And anyways, double down is a good way to end the battle. I think that's the end of the battle. But double downs are the best types of downs, and that's a great way to end the matches. That's a 1-0 for me, which is a really, really good ending to the battle. So be sure to go check out his channel. I hope you all did enjoy the battle. I hope you all are also enjoying how the Apocalypse Now story is going. So if you haven't checked that out, please do that as well. And I hope you have a great week. Bye now.